Hello Aquarius, this is your 2022 reading for the entire year. You'll get 12 cards, no reversals. Each card represents a month in the year. This is January, Knight of Cups. February, King of Wands. Justice for March. Page of Cups for April. You have Nine of Wands in May, Death in June, the Tower in July, and a Two of Cups in August. September, you have the Moon. October, you have Four of Cups. November, you have Five of Swords. December, you have Three of Cups. Oh well, Aquarius, interesting. You know, there's a significant amount of water here, Aquarius. Even though you're an air sign, you have aqua in your name. Nevertheless, you have Knight of Cups, Page of Cups, Two of Cups, Four of Cups, and Three of Cups. So out of your 12 months, 5 of those months have cups, which is about our feelings, our emotions, our self-esteem. And so the thing about it is that these cups fluctuate with fire. And then we get some really kind of spooky cards here. We have Death, the Tower, and the Moon. And what these 3 major arcana cards, and they're your only major arcana cards, what they all have in common is this sense of foreboding of having danger coming, or being afraid of something happening. The Moon, slightly different from, because these are about things being torn down and starting over. Death is about things that come to an end, that were meant to come to an end, and then there's a resurrection. The Tower is about pride, striking down your pride, and you have to start over. And so, yeah, it seems like during the summer, you might be very, very frustrated that things might be happening that are putting you back at square one. But the interesting thing is that it's being fluctuated, it's being exchanged with these really strong romantic cups, because this is about love and commitment, this is about friendship and affection, this is about infatuation, and then this is about, in January, someone approaching you, offering you love, a suitor, someone in love with you. So when I follow these cups, they do tend to tell me a story about a relationship for you, Aquarius, of offering love, starting to fall in love, full-on commitment. Then in October you have a little bit of discontent, and then we end up with love, affection, and friendship. And keep in mind, the Three of Cups has been known to be associated with engagements, happy news, a celebration, a happy occasion. So you know, this is a really weird year for you, and that's pretty subjective for me, obviously, but it's just amazing how you have these intense cards with Death, Tower, and the Moon, and then in between you have these lovely emotional cards that are indicating a relationship, a very strong relationship. It's just that it feels like that relationship is going to be encountering a lot of obstacles. So that's your major arcana. I've already explained Death in the Tower, but just to be clear, the Moon is about being aware of danger and listening to your intuition. And you definitely have intuition, Aquarius. Usually, some people who are Aquarians might be a little bit OCD as far as the shadow side is concerned. But I'm like, wait, I thought the worst was over. But I feel like the moon is following Death in the Tower to say, the oracle is saying, please be on your guard in case something goes wrong again. And trust me, after this, you'll want to make sure nothing goes wrong again. But I see some aftershocks here because we get this Two of Cups right after the Tower, starting over. And someone's pride being struck down. So this doesn't have to be like a major disaster, but it can be a really significant energy where someone is full of pride, they don't listen to people, they think they know everything, and then they get knocked back a peg or two, and then they're ready to listen and reevaluate and think things over again. So I'm not going to say breakup or anything like that, but I do feel like death is opening something up to where this can happen in August. Okay, so having said that, approaching love. King of Wands, this is about that fire, that wand, that action. Remember, kings give direction, and they make the decisions that need to be made. So I just feel like this is a matter of being inspired, an outgoing, energetic energy. So it's interesting that this Knight of Cups approaches with love to this King of Wands, this outgoing person, because court cards usually tend to represent people. Then we have the Justice card. How did I miss that Major Arcana card? This Justice card could indicate a legal issue. And I kind of feel like maybe that is the legal, like it could be a legal issue considering some of the things that happen here. But justice is about things being fair and addressing wrongs and making things right. But it could be that there's a legal issue standing in your way as well. As a Major Arcana, this is about fairness and justice. So it could actually represent a legal issue for you. And I was just thinking, maybe there's a divorce that needs to happen. Maybe you're waiting for a divorce and then death comes and the divorce finally happens. And then you have to start over after the divorce, and then you find you're able to be with your one true love. That's initially how I read that. But I'm just going to say that my intuition tells me, the oracle is telling me, that this could actually be about a real legal issue. Not a big deal, but it is something that might be complicated later on in the summer. So we have Page of Cups. Again, this romantic storyline seems to be following through where we're experiencing love. Someone's starting to fall in love. Maybe you're starting to fall in love. But we do have this Nine of Swords, and this is a card to be on guard for danger and things going wrong. And the card is right. So, for all of you thousands of Aquarians having these different experiences, I would have to say that in May, this foreboding that, things are going to go sideways, I feel like it's more about an obstacle coming up in the relationship. And I kind of also feel that you are starting to clear things out of your life that are not for your spiritual good. I think you have a lot to do with this too. I don't think that these are just unseen circumstances you don't have any control over. I see you and feel you making choices throughout what might seem like a disaster. But actually I kind of feel like the Death in the Tower is meant to clear away things that are not for your spiritual good. It is actually meant to humble you and prepare you. And I think that's a good thing, considering that you've got this commitment or marriage, this very serious connection going on here. So we're trying to find balance and equilibrium with justice as our feelings overwhelm us. Be prepared for a rocky summer, but it's going to end on a good note. Nevertheless, the moon is about making sure that you are alert and that you're listening to your intuition, because now we have a Four of Cups, which is about emotional detachment. Someone is not happy. Someone is pulling away emotionally. And relationships can be like that. They can be on fire and all-consuming. And then you sort of get an emotional hangover, and you just want to pull back a little bit. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but someone can sort of stay in that space where it's all about them. They're not happy. They're pouting. They're not happy with the way things are. And so it's interesting that this Five of Swords follows up, where maybe your love interest rejects you. I feel like this is signaling a disagreement in the relationship. And so the Five of Swords, which is about winning a battle, losing and winning, we're looking at getting over not getting what you want. Keep moving forward, even though you feel that you came out the loser in this situation. I feel like, again, there's more humbling, especially seeing that Five of Swords under there. So when we get to December, this is October, November, December, the Three of Cups, things sort of, the affection and love kind of resolves itself. So throughout the year, I see this love story where two people meet and it's like you could be meeting your soulmate. And one scenario is that as this relationship grows, the normal obstacles come along. And by the time you get to December, more obstacles, but you still end the year, you still in the relationship trusting and loving each other. You find a way to get past these arguments or disagreements or dissatisfaction, people disappearing, not talking to each other for a while. Now, on a non-romantic tip, just understand that these cups can also represent your feelings about anything that you love dearly. And that could be a job, a career, your child. Like I said, it feels like whatever feelings you and your loved ones might be having a rocky year, but you're still going to get through it, I think. Okay, so Aquarius, that was your reading. I wish you a great new year for 2022. And I wish you love and light. You'll see me again soon. I hope you're doing okay. All right? So take care, and I'll see you online.